Welcome to the Strictly Free Game Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Waller, also known as Sean, your realtor. You know, whatever you have to call me, just make sure you call me. I am here today with Mr. U.S. Land Ventures, my man Dan Borrero.
I'm Dan Borrero, USA Land Ventures. I've been a real estate investor since 1989. I've been self-employed since 1985. I started my real estate investing in downtown Brooklyn, Fort Greene, Brooklyn, actually in 1989.
Do you purchase more upfront or do you finance your deals?
So it depends on the deal. So we buy a lot in Central Florida, and we do fix and flips as well in Central Florida, but those are mostly single family homes, right?
Mhm.
I love the condo side of the business. My acquisition costs on condos, I mean, now are anywhere between 80 to 140 to 160,000. So on deals like that, we're taking them down with cash deals, right? Not going to go for financing on that. Now, if let's say I'm actually looking at a property now in New Jersey that's going to come in at around 450, that there I'll come in with about 150,000 down,
Mhm.
and take a $300,000 mortgage on.
So, for someone that's looking to invest for the first time and they're looking to go out of state, what would be like your three tips that you would give that person?
I would decide first which area you want to go into. And it's not one of the ways I would, it's one of the ways I do. I look at housing laws, like tenant landlord laws. You want to look for states and counties and cities that are fair. I no longer buy anything that's in a rent stabilized or rent control type of environment. Further, you want to buy where there's employment coming. If there's any road expansions coming. If the hospitals are expanding. If hospitals are expanding, hospitals are in the people business, population growth, right? If the state is incurring the cost of expanding highways or creating additional exits or increasing road capacity, there's a reason for that. You need to find that out. You want to go to community board meetings, you want to go to any meetings that the school boards are having, you want to go to any meetings. The police department's going to be talking about what crime is in the area or how to avoid crime. You want to be the person that everyone comes to for advice and to fix things.
You mentioned single family investing. What do you think about these big companies now, these big banks investing in all these single family properties?
I think it's dangerous. You know, the banks have never been in the business of owning property. They've been in the business of lending money for property. You see banks like Chase, JP Morgan, Chase Bank committing millions and millions of dollars to buying entire communities, new construction, primarily in the Sun Belt area. Eventually, that new construction is going to run out and they're going to start coming into our sector of the market, which is going to create more competition, which is going to be harder for the mom and pops to actually invest. Partnerships are like marriages, so you should always have a prenup.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with partnerships as long as the partnership is based on a mutual respect and understanding of everyone's contribution. A good partnership to me starts with an outline, a partnership agreement. And let me tell you, that agreement is going to determine whether the partnership's going to continue or not. Collect rent from my parents didn't look like you and me,
That's a
right?
fact.
I wanted to be that person. How do I find out how to be that person? We didn't have social media then. I mean, the worst thing that ever happened to the establishment was social media, Facebook, because Facebook opened up that entire universe, and that's
Hmm.
why we now have all these other platforms like Instagram and YouTube and podcasts and everything else, right? Because all this information is free now. Whereas when I
Yeah.
was a kid, man, it was like this. All the old guys used to keep the types of press.